Hey, good evening. Good evening, YouTube. Good evening, Facebook. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Sorry, y'all. Okay. Trying to get this lighting right. Hey, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Hope you guys had a great day. Hope you guys had a great day. Hey, Facebook. See two on Facebook. Hey, YouTube. Somebody popped up on YouTube. Good evening. Please excuse my 4 minutes of tardiness. I am trying to, the boy went out with the neighborhood fellas today, and he forgot it was Friday. He forgot what time it was. So I had to call him, and naturally, his phone is on silent. Well, it has to be. When I allow him to take it to school. So just wanted to make sure we got him squared away. So we're going to blame Caden tonight for the lateness. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? All right. All right. I'm going to get started. Hey, when you pop on, say hey, say what's up so I can know who's on, who's hanging out. Hope y'all had a great week. Y'all have to excuse the attire. It was a wash day. So we wrapped and twisted up. I stayed home today. I ended up not even going in at all. I stayed home and got a chance to catch up on some decorating that I was trying to do. Hey, Lou. Hey, Kev. All right, y'all. So we won't, I won't prolong. So good evening. Hey, I'm Donna. Welcome to Camper Conversations. Welcome to our channel, Real Life Relationship Growth. Welcome to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel, Real Life Relationship Growth. Glad you guys are here. Thank you for being here. Yes, Kevin, let's go. Glad you guys are here. I appreciate you guys every week. I look forward to this time every week to meet with my peoples. Hey, Tony. To meet with my peoples and my people to meet with me. And, you know, we come together and we discuss all these great topics. So, Camper Conversations is our weekly segment that we go on our channel, Real Life Relationship Growth. We talk about topics that are related to relationships, life. If you are single, married, courting, divorced, or widower, are you a widower? Get that word right. This is the place for you. This is the place for you. Hey, Corey. This is the place for you. Why? Because nothing goes on. There's nothing new under the sun. Nothing new under the sun. Every relationship has its twists and its turns, its ups and its downs. And we are here. Hey, Tony. And we are here to navigate this thing together. We don't necessarily have to put all our personal business out. You can post anonymously to the page. You can inbox me on topics that you want to discuss. And there's my little moment to big up the fellas. I appreciate you guys. The fellas are still in the lead, ladies. They're inboxing me. They're posting. They're commenting. But more than anything, I'm getting topics from the fellas. I'm getting topics from the men. Because, ladies, guess what? The brothers got stuff on their brains, too. They want to talk about stuff, too. They want to understand us as much as we want to understand them. So this is why we're here. This is what we do this thing for, all right? For each other. So real quick, trying to get together a singles mixer in Atlanta. Excuse me. Singles mixer in Atlanta, a weekend. I'm trying to get this thing planned and scheduled. It'll be entire weekend. Married folks, that does not exclude y'all, because we are going to have a live Camper Conversation Forum. We're going to do it together. We're going to have a whole group and pass the mic. And we're going to have a good weekend. We're going to have some food, some fun, some games, some getting to know each other, all that good stuff. All right? All right. So let's get started, y'all. Because I think I believe this topic is going to take us a minute. I believe this topic is going to take us a minute. Y'all have to excuse me. Had bronchitis about 2 weeks ago, and I think this thing is still trying to linger on and come back on me. So I'm going to be drinking my water, coughing a little bit, but y'all work with me. Y'all flow with me. I appreciate y'all. All right. So here we go. Our topic this evening, submission. Submission. Our topic this evening is submission. A whole big minute. Yeah, a whole big minute. You're right, Kevin. Submission. So I made a post the other day. Was talking to my boy Kevin, and we got into the conversation about submission. I don't know how we got into the conversation, but turmeric, it helps with the cough. Thank you, Corey. I definitely will. People are telling me so many different things to do for this cough, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I'm trying all of them. So I'm gonna put that on deck. I will definitely do that. Corey, excuse me. Try not to head back to the doctor for it, but some natural stuff. So Kevin and I were having this conversation, and we were just talking about different things, and submission came up. It probably was we were talking about, we were going back to, I guess, a certain camper conversation we may have had previously, and submission came up. So I made a post, and I like to read the post that kind of started the whole thing. And it wasn't a long post. And so it said, about 3 days ago, it said, let's discuss, ladies and gentlemen, what does submission mean? What does it look like? What does it look like? I didn't want to really add more to the title. I changed it a few times before I typed it out, but I just wanted to leave it right there because I didn't want to feed into it with my thoughts. So hey Don, how are you? Welcome. What does submission mean? What does it look like? So y'all immediate results. Okay, I'm gonna try it to Corey. Thank you. All right. So y'all give me y'all thoughts. Submission. What does it mean? What does it look like? I'm gonna wait a second so y'all can. So while y'all doing that, I'm gonna read some of the comments. So Tanil said, first the man submits to God, then the woman submits to the will of God as led by her man. That was Tanil's comment. Carla Siobhan, Miss Siobhan said, I think it would be easier for me to explain what submission is not to me. It is not being in a slave-master relationship. It is simple coming under the authority of my husband, not live-in, not book, not side piece. Following his direction and his lead, not his ego. Also, to receive submission, a man must be someone worth following. Ingrid said, it is the act of assisting another individual with his or her mission after careful examination and consideration of its worthlessness, I'm sorry, I'll turn that down because I don't want them to, of its worthiness and alignment with my own mission. If bruh's going somewhere and his action steps align with where I'm going, then submission becomes easier to do. Submission requires clarity, mutual understanding, respect, humility, and unity. That was Ingrid's. Jasmine said, submission to me looks like a balance of power in the household. All right. Uh-oh. Ricky got deep. Ooh, Ricky's is long, but let me be fair. Ricky said submission is compromise. Because if you have to submit to something, naturally, it did not fit well with your spirit intentionally. Let me read that again, because I don't want to get what Ricky said wrong. Submission is compromise. I'm assuming he wanted to say compromise, guys. I don't know if this is a typo. I'll say, okay, because if you have to submit to something, naturally, it did not fit well with your spirit intentionally. So to be able to open up and try to understand the importance of the subject or what your significant other is trying to accomplish takes a great deal of effort to show that you actually care for this person and respect them. It is for the better good of the relationship. Submission shows that we, capital letters, are a team and that we ride together, whether it's just one person or both people leading or not. Whether it's just one person or both people leading or not. All right. Submission is support. We don't always have to agree on things, but give me the benefit of the doubt and trusting in me on whatever I'm trying to do or accomplish in life. You don't have to break your own personal rules in life to submit. However, bending those rules is something we are all capable of doing. Submission helps to also keep peace in a relationship. Yeah, that was long, but it was good. It helps to keep peace in the relationship. I can totally agree with that. Peace in the relationship. All right, y'all. All right. Hey, Brittany. Welcome. All right. Submission. Y'all give me some feedback. Y'all gotta talk to me. Y'all give me some feedback. Submission. So let me ask, what does submission look like to you? What does submission mean to you? A lot of times when the word submission comes up, it's a some people jump from it. Some people don't like, some people take it as a negative thing. They hear the word submission and it's like, oh, yeah, he want to run everything. Or he want to do this and he want to do that. And he don't want me to question. And she should submit to me. She's supposed to submit and do what I say. I make the decision. I make the choice. Okay. All right, Kevin. Kevin said, I have issues with the word submission. When we're both on the same page, we're in an agreement. If the woman lets me lead, she's being trustful. Submission to me shrinks a woman's worth, and history has shown man has abused that. Man has abused that. Okay. Corey says submission. As a team, we both agree to a standard, lifestyle, relationship goals, relationship goals, religion, etc., that we both want to achieve as individuals and as a couple. So we both will have to play parts in the submission. The man, being the leader, must know when to take charge, lead, and when to step back and allow his partner to carry out her expertise in the relationship. All right. All right, fellas. Thank you for those responses. Y'all know I try to kind of hold back on my responses until we kind of, get going. I want everybody to get a chance to come in and give their thoughts. Nadia, hi. It's broken down, so I'm trying to break it down. Nadia, I think I got it right. Welcome, hello. All right. We get some great answers on submission. So let's talk about the negative sides of submission. Let's talk about the automatic, what people tend to think. Let me say this. So there was another comment made on the original post, and the brother was like, let's see what all the women gonna say. So that spoken told me right there, for him, there's been a negative experience, or there's been a negative connotation to the word submission. But he automatically was like, let's see what the ladies gonna say. Let's see what the ladies gonna say. So let me say this, fellas. There are men, and I have met men and I have spoken to men who believe that because they're the man, whatever they say goes, regardless. And let's be real, let's be honest here. We all come from different backgrounds, different nationalities, different. We were raised in different ways, so we don't want to insult anyone. But because the way your may be different, it is different, I'm sure, than the way I do things, or others may do things and see those words. So I know there are certain cultures that the women are considered secondary. There are many cultures that I've ran into and I've met, and I understand that's their belief. Let me say this. I feel like we are all created by a divine God. Does not matter where you come from, what your skin color is, what region you come from. God has no respect of person. This is the American culture, whatever, and other cultures. Part of our lifestyle is not always according to the Creator. So we have to be careful how we treat each other, how we treat people, period. Okay, so Corey said, a person who is in charge of a company cannot run every part of the company, but does put the company in the best position to succeed and achieve the overall goal of the company. You know, you talking my language, Corey. I get that wholeheartedly. That's right. So that means there has to be some submission to those that, hey, Jimmy, I was waiting for you. There has to be submission, has to come in place for those who are following leadership. So back to what I was saying. There people should be respected, as special as they are. Because again, we were all created by a divine, loving God. Again, I'm gonna say this. I'm not here to put my beliefs off on you. I'm not here to say what you do and how you do is wrong. We all have what we understand, and we can share without concern that someone is going to belittle it, insult it, because we don't do that here. All right. So again, women tend to have a problem with the word submission. When the word submission comes up, I think men kind of get the, puff up the chest and, yeah, the man submit. And then women come like, okay, some women, some men, right? Because the word submission has taken on such a negative thought process with so many people. Because like mentioned earlier, it's something that's been abused. And usually when something is abused, it's misunderstood, it's misdirected, and it's misunderstanding, and there's lack of guidance when there is abuse of something in some form. So I've heard men say, so because I'm the head of the household, because I'm the man, I make the decisions, and she should just do whatever I say because I'm the man and I make the decisions. Okay. So I'm gonna get you, Kev. I'm the man and I'm supposed to make the decision. So this is the problem with that, gentleman. This is the problem with that, gentleman. I feel, and y'all can tell me if y'all agree or not. I feel if you're coming with that thought process, you have already stepped out of the alignment of what submission should look like and the expectation of what submission should look like. Kevin said, well, the whole leadership thing is overblown. We must address the misogyny associated with submission, even in the scriptures. My partner is exactly that. She trusts me, and I trust her to make decisions that add to the success of our goals. My equal should not have to submit to my will just because. Submission versus order, structure. I may have a great ideal, but my woman may have academia to help my thoughts become a reality. I like that. I like that. I like that. So we're going to come around to it. We're going to come around to it because we want to hear all of it. We don't want to act like this is a perfect situation. And remember, we're here to help one another. So what if you're dealing in a situation? What if a woman, what I say goes, and that's it? What I do, what I say, that's what goes. Jimmy said we are actually supposed to support one another. Most definitely. So y'all, fellas, because the men are moving on this tonight. The men are moving on this tonight. Speak to the man who feels like just because he's the male, Corey said, then she's a child. Speak to the male who says because he's the man, then that gives him automatic reign in his household. Some women tend to shy away from it. Some women's like, you won't tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do. YouTube is trying to connect. We're a little bit unstable. Okay. So let's speak to that. Let's speak to that. Because we're about learning. We're about learning. So let's speak to the person that says, you know what? When I grew up, my dad made all the decisions. He said this and he said that, and my mom did what he said. They don't want to listen. Sorry, they don't want to listen. Let's speak to the ones of us, or those speak to those who may have that mindset and that process of thought. Corey said, Corey B, submit is a biblical command for women. It actually means to respect. I can agree with that, y'all. But how do we get there? How do we get to the point where we understand that submission means respect? Submission means respect. How do we get there? So a comment was made to me about women submitting, right? And my response to the comment was the man submission. And what I meant by that was, if I'm in a position where I trust, and if you're in a relationship, if you're in a marriage, and we're talking about submitting, submit your spouse. You trust the decisions that they're going to make when when there's a decision to be made and there's not an agreement with the two decisions. I'm gonna come back to that because I spoke on that. Jimmy said we are starting in a deficit when our understanding of submission is based off of a dysfunctional example. Most definitely. Yes. So if someone is starting at a dysfunction, because y'all know me, here goes my ding, 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 counseling. Counseling. It came in a little soon, came in a little quick, but y'all know I got to get it in. I'm an advocate for it. I am a child of it. I appreciate it. I love it. I love every aspect of it. Counseling is such a good avenue to combat the dysfunctions in life that we have learned, because dysfunction can be learned. Dysfunction is usually learned. So counseling is such a good avenue to combat that, y'all. So when we're in a position, in a place where we're with someone, we're with this man, and he feels like that whatever he says goes, regardless, whatever he says, that, like Jimmy just said, is a dysfunctional mindset. It's a dysfunctional mindset. So if you're listening, fellas, and I said that, I meant every bit of it. My brother Jimmy just typed it out, just said it. It comes from a dysfunctional example. It's a dysfunctional mindset. None of us are perfect. So, sir, if you are feeling like you should demand and command your household with no question, that's a dysfunctional mindset. Again, none of us are perfect. We have things that we have to unlearn. We have things that we have to do to make our relationships and our families better. We have to. Kevin said, a man that believes he's the ultimate authority is really insecure. He's continuing the same behavior. As we evolve, our mentality should evolve also. Kevin, thank you. I love that. I love that. It's hitting on the point of the fear that women have, the unreceptiveness and combativeness that women have when it comes to men in the subject of submission. When it comes to men in the subject of submission. I said it before and I say it again. The point of submission begins with the man. If I am submitting to you, that's because I trust you. That's because I've seen, I understand, and I believe everything you do is for the better, for the good of us. That's how men, you get women to submit. Now understand, they're going to make mistakes. We all make mistakes. A man may make a mistake in the process of saying he's going to do what he feels is best for his family. So what I said to Kevin when we were talking earlier this week, what I said to him was, for me, submission says, because I love, trust, and respect you, because y'all ladies, remember, we got to remember, men require respect. They require respect over love. We got to get that. We got to get that. Men feel love by being respected. So if I respect him, I trust him. If we're at a point of discussion and we're trying to make a decision about something, and we can't seem to make a decision, we seem to be at odds, with what we both want to do. An example I gave Kevin is we moving to a new city. I think that was an example. We have to move or whatever. And I want to go south and he wants to go north. And he makes a decision and says, babe, we are going north. At the end of it all, submission to me means I'm packing up, I'm getting things together, I'm moving according to what my man said. Because hey sis, you late. Because he has shown me in so many ways that I can respect him, that I can trust him, that I can. First, they'd be like, okay. Yeah, okay. You said respect, and they like, Okay. So Jimmy said that's why we should study to get a better understanding of principles and how to apply them. Submission is a principle that both a man and a woman should practice. In doing that, our relationship could flourish because we both experience the opportunity to use our God-given wisdom to better our relationship. Most definitely. Studying. Again, there are 1.6K members in this group. I dare to even think that everybody in this group believes the way I believe. So when we say study, I think study can go beyond belief precepts. But for me in my house, the Word of God, the Bible, is what we're studying for these precepts, along with other things, because to understand the word submission, to understand what it actually means, is key. We have to understand what it actually means before applying it. So if we're dealing in a relationship and okay, y'all, let's say this. Let's talk like what he's doing, what he's saying is the way it should go. What he's doing, that's right. Study, research, verify, confirm. Thank you, Jimmy. Study, research, verify, confirm, etc. Thank you. This brother feels like, and in the process of him feeling like what he's doing is right, how he's doing is right, he's breaking this woman down. He's breaking her down. She's feeling less and less loved, appreciated, because fellas, men want respect. They want to feel respected. They want to feel honored. Women want to feel loved. They want to feel cared for. They want to feel like they can lay it all out and trust you with it. So if this young lady, if this woman is in a position where she's feeling like there's nothing left, like he treats me like I don't matter. How do we speak to her? Because the question initially was, how do we speak to the man that feels like his direction of control is through wanting this woman to submit? Set the foundation. That's my house. He has not set the foundation about going into relationships that we necessarily should not go in. Been there, done that. I think we've all been in a place in life, if we've dated, if we lived long enough, that we have gotten into relationships and situations that we shouldn't have been in. So I'm not talking about giving a response of saying, well, first of all, you need to da before you marry and before you do this, before you do that. Of course, that is very, very important. I'm not saying that's not important. Please understand. I'm not saying that that's not important. But what I'm saying is, let's speak to the ones who are already there. Let's speak to the ones who are already in the position and situation. What would you say to that woman? What would you say to that man? So while we, going through this conversation, so I would say to the man, please understand the way you treat her, how you make her feel, how you show her she's important is going to be so important to how she responds to you. If you have a woman who is combative, if you have a woman, I don't care who you are. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. If someone is loving on you, it is real, real hard to be combative with them. It's very, very hard to ignore the advances of them showing you the respect and the love and the nurturing that you need. So fellas, If you are saying, oh, these women don't understand submission, these women don't want to submit, these women just want to argue and da 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 da. And honestly, truth be told, there are some women that do. I'm not gonna sit here and say everybody. There are some people that do like to argue. I believe that, and I believe it's a trauma response. Because come on, y'all, everything comes from somewhere. Stop just blaming people for being who they are when sometimes they have not realized, recognized, or being shown that who they are and how they are comes from a place of dysfunction and trauma in some form or fashion. If we look at people, more to why they're doing something as opposed to they doing it, we can get a little bit further in understanding each other and making these relationships work. Not just male-female relationships, not just romantic relationships, relationships with our children, relationships with others. Kevin said, loving and trusting me is great, but when you know my decision is not a great one, she must challenge me and show me it isn't. A bad decision can cripple us financially and ultimately emotionally. Just because I got a feeling doesn't excuse the fact my decision is not in the best interest of us. Honoring and respecting your man is the ability to say, no, that's not good. Love, to me, that shows she loves me so much that she'll hurt my ego for a little bit of pressure for a little bit to preserve us for the long haul. Respect begets respect. Trust begets trust. Kevin, thank you. But please believe when I said that, when I made that statement, it encompassed all of this. I'm not saying that a woman should just lay down to a man's decision because the church got me reading and talking at the same time. Talking about when we're in a position where we can't make the decision, and it's not that I have something necessarily better. That's not what I'm saying. I have to be his helpmate, and that helpmate means that sometimes, yeah, I'm gonna have to say, babe, no, like, oh y'all, I have a live that I want to do, and it's Abigail. I need y'all to look Abigail up. Abigail in the Bible, whether you believe whether you follow the Bible precepts or not, it's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about this sister Abigail. I have a whole conversation about Abigail, and Abigail would apply in this sense. Abigail had a foolish husband. And Abigail had to step up and go ahead of her husband and fix a situation that he messed up royally with. I'm not going to go in detail because I want y'all to get this. I don't want to mess up that live because Abigail, my girl Abigail, y'all missing it if y'all don't know who Abigail is. Okay. Jimmy said, unless you are traumatized and waiting on the next shoe to drop. Loving, trusting is a great. Okay. Jimmy said, let the church say amen, Kevin. Okay. So to the point of correction. So now we got to get this thing right. We have to try to fix this thing. So brothers, fellas, if you are in the mindset that your woman should just follow you willy-nilly whichever way because you are a man and you got the penis, you got the you man, you whatever. Think about how much you are hurting, harming, and belittling her. Because like I was saying, it's very, very hard to be combative against someone who is loving on you and showing you that you mean something and that your thought process means something. Kevin said, that's all I want. That's all I want. A woman with a spine backbone is like carrot cake to a person on a diet. Wait a minute. If you're on a diet, you're not supposed to have carrot cake. Is that a good kind of put together, Kevin? Or maybe I read it wrong. Maybe I read it wrong. I don't know. Okay. But does not mean to lay down to any whim he gives, anything he says. Like everybody was saying, everyone was saying previously, it's a respect thing. Respect, Kevin was saying, respect begets respect. So if you start off in a way, if you put it in a way where someone is feeling respected, they're feeling appreciated, they're feeling like their thoughts and opinions matter, that's the best combination. That's the best combination of a relationship. The best combination. I feel respected. I feel appreciated. I feel like what I say and what I think matters. I feel like what I think and what I'm saying matters. So for the fellas, one more time, for the fellas that have a woman who is combative, who fights you at every turn, who doesn't agree with you, who's back and forth, again, to ask this woman to submit to you, I always say first we need to check ourselves. We always need to check ourselves. If this is the problem that you are having, then first and foremost, check what you're giving that may explain what you're getting. Now, doesn't apply to everybody. Some people just like to be into it all the time. Some people like to just, doesn't apply to everybody. But if you're in the situation and you are headed in the same direction, and that's why it was said earlier, I think Jimmy said it. I believe Jimmy said it. Was it Jimmy or Kevin that said earlier about submitting to one another? When we submit to one another, you cannot go wrong. Jimmy said God was very specific when he told men to love your wife and when he told women to respect, submit to your husband. God knew men would struggle with love and women naturally struggle with respect. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So he laid a blueprint out there for us, y'all. He laid a blueprint out there for us. God laid a blueprint out there for us. And I would feel and think, any belief factor that you have, that there's a blueprint of respect of a person. There's a blueprint of showing respect to your spouse, your significant other. There's a blueprint. If your spouse is not your best, and it's because of you, there's not alignment. There's not alignment. There's a blueprint to this thing. There's a blueprint to this thing. And honestly, I'm going to tell you, I don't care how your granddaddy did it. I don't care how your mama did it. Your grandmama did it. Your aunties and them. I don't care how they did it. Some of them did it right. Some of them got it right. Some of us grew up watching our parents be loving and respectful to one another. And some of us grew up seeing our parents not being so loving and not being so respectful of one another. So we get in a position, in a place where we tend to live. We live what we learn. We live what we learn. I made a post today, and it talked about how adults speak to their children with sarcasm and shortness and negativity all day. And then when that child responds in that same manner, they feel like, oh, I'm going to whoop your behind. I'm going to pop you in the mouth. How dare you speak to me like that? How dare you act like that and you talk like that to me? Because I'm the parent, I owe my children an apology. Because truth be told, y'all, I felt like my mother gave us um the rights and the freedoms to be able to speak our thoughts and our feelings. She did that. And I appreciate her for that. I appreciated her for that. She allowed us to speak our thoughts and our feelings. She used to tell us, y'all got one mean thing to say to me all year. All year, you can pick your one time and you can go in and say your one mean thing to me. And that's it. And that's it. That didn't mean that any other time we couldn't express ourselves, talk about our feelings or whatever. That didn't mean that. But that's just saying, she was just saying to us, and we realized that meant, she was just saying to us, there are times that we don't want to be, there's times that we don't want to be, we should always be respectful to our parents. And we are not always respectful to our parents. We were not always respectful to our parents. Truth be told. I know it's not just me. We done said some things or whatever that we shouldn't have. But anyway, the point is how you treat people. The response you get from them is usually dictated on how you treat people. Because we should treat people the way we want to be treated. Kevin said there's no love without respect, whether it be the man or the woman. This is true. This is true. This is true. There's no love without respect. And respect is there. It's a need and desire for both men and women. It just may come in a different order. It just may come in a different order. But regardless of, respect is necessary. So if respect is at the forefront, we try to make things so hard. We make things so hard. I am a glass half full type of chick. I'm always looking for the positive and what that is and how that can turn out and what that can be. And even if it don't go so well the first time, all right. That just means it was something I learned from. It was something that gave me a lesson. Or if it is something that I just needed to throw away and be like, that's not for me. That is how I live my life, y'all. When it comes to relationships, when it comes to business, all of those things. When things don't work out in my favor, my trust, y'all, in God is at, I just don't understand. It's at the ultimate. My trust in him says, all right, Father, all right, what's next? That didn't work? Oh, okay. But guess what? I'm asking him as well. And I'm also looking at myself. What did I do what did I do that caused XYZ? What did I do? And what didn't I do that caused XYZ? That's just my process. I'm like, what do I need to do better? What do I need to do different? What do I need to do that won't allow and make this thing happen again? So y'all, transparency, because y'all know me. Y'all know me. I have learned for myself that I tend to repeat the same type of pattern when it comes to the men that I deal with. And through counseling, I learned why that is. So do I sit around and be like, oh, that didn't work out? Oh, no. I've just never been that way. But counseling has helped me. It has helped to reveal so many things for me. It has helped to open up and unravel so many reasons why. And my prayer and my direction, my purposeful direction, is to do it different next time. is to do it different next time. So when we're talking about submission, y'all, when we're talking about submitting to the man that has been placed in your life to lead you, ladies, please understand, because there was a point in that, please understand, you got to get rid of all that other stuff that makes you possibly attract those who are not for you, and for those who submission is hard to do. It's hard to do. There's a point on that, y'all. If you are finding yourself, ladies, in a relationship, you're dating, you're getting to the point where y'all are getting serious, and you're thinking, because please believe, fellas, every woman thinks about, is this man my husband? Y'all can lie if y'all want, ladies. I don't care. Listen, that's not saying that every man you meet, you feel is your husband. It just means the man that you meet, that you're attracted to, that you feel like you want to have a relationship with, a woman is thinking, is this my husband? So if what I'm seeing in the process, ladies, if you're seeing things in the process and you're questioning, oh, Kevin, and you're questioning, can you submit to this man? That's not the right man. That's not the right man. If you are questioning submission to this man, that's not the right man. End it, stop, move on. I don't care how much you like him. I don't care if you just start, I love him, I want to be with him. If you cannot submit to this man, if what you're seeing and what you're feeling, it's better to end it before it ends in heartbreak, heartache, financial strain, stress, and all of that stuff. Hard. Kevin asked, but how does an alpha female really submit? Let me tell you how she submits. Because here we go. I am considered an alpha female. I'm considered alpha female. And we've talked about alpha, beta. We talked about, that previously on previous videos. To get a better understanding of that, y'all, because everybody feels like an alpha just means an alpha is a leader. An alpha just takes control. And an alpha, if you really know the function of an alpha, you would know the alpha doesn't just get to the front of the pack and just say, hey, do this. That's not what an alpha does. An alpha stands in the back, and the alpha is watching to make sure they're taking care of everything and everybody. So I'm an alpha female. So I'm going to personally answer this question. Please understand and believe, even alpha, for me to submit as an alpha female, you know why? Because I can do that. I can take care of that. I can handle that. Doesn't mean I don't need a man to lead and be submissive to. Does not at all. It's all about understanding one another. If I meet a man, and I'm be honest with y'all, it's not happened yet. I'll be honest with y'all. I thought it did. If I meet a man, and because of who I am, because I'm an alpha type female, and some people believe that women can't be alphas. That's a whole nother. If I meet a man who has an issue with the fact that I am in a leadership role, that I can take care of this and I can't take care of that. Again, not that you don't need, not that I don't need. Jimmy said plainly put, when she chooses to submit. Her choosing to submit, like I was saying, that's a good answer, Jimmy. When she chooses to submit. But we still have to look at what is she submitting to. She chooses to submit because she sees in that man, she feels, she sees, she understands, she gets that he is someone she can submit to. Period. So I'm not even going to go over all that other stuff I was just about to say. Thank you, Jimmy. Just wrap that up in a nutshell. When she chooses to submit, and an alpha female, when she chooses to submit, please believe, brother. And again, she wants to. There is not a woman on this earth. There is not a woman on this earth that does not desire to be led by a kind, loving, generous, God-fearing, gracious man. Listen, I can do all this by myself, y'all. God has blessed me to be able to do this all by myself with him. But when I say all by myself, does not mean that it's not needed or desired or wanted. Now, Kevin's question, just because a woman is an alpha female does not mean that it's not possible. Allowing versus submitting, because you've done it by yourself for so long. Is there in value in submission? I'm of firm belief she's sharing more than being submissive. My understanding, Kevin, based on the word of submission, based on the word of God, which leads me, is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me what I have, what I don't have, what I've done, and what I'm able to have. Because the man that comes in that I'm going to submit to is not going to be overbearing on that point. Is not going to be controlling on that point. So here we go again. We start with the word, period. It doesn't matter. That's like saying if a woman makes more than her husband, then allowing versus submitting. I'm not really seeing the difference. Not really seeing the difference. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Submission is submission. Submission is submission. And I would think any woman, again, I think women have a problem because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's tough. It's tough. It's tough because a lot of men automatically feel like if you're a woman that's successful, have your own or whatever, you already have a negative connotation over it. You already have a sign over your head. You already do. Which means he got to check his level of self-esteem. But listen, submission is desired. Hey, Ron. Jimmy says submit, accept or yield to a superior force or to the authority or will of another person. Allowing is submission because you have a choice to not allow. Exactly. Yep. Allowing is submission. All right, y'all. It is 9:04. It is 9:04. So remember, the videos remain on the page. If you have not subscribed to the Real Life Relationship Growth YouTube channel on YouTube, please go subscribe. Every video that has been, every live that we've had from day one is on the YouTube channel. It's easier to get to it than the Facebook page. All the videos on the Facebook page, and they're pinned up top, but you got to kind of search through them. The YouTube page is laid out different. It's laid out different. Enjoyed this, sis. May God continue to bless you. Kevin, thank you. Kevin, Lord Jesus, I'm looking here and I'm going down. Okay. Jimmy, listen, I am so glad you are here. I'm so glad. Y'all, it's crazy because Jimmy and his wife have a relationship page. Talking the power of the group. Let me tell you what I did, Kevin. I asked the Father to subside my cough through this because I kept feeling it build up and build up. Listen, when I say I trust in that positive power of Him, I said a prayer and I was like, Lord, please help me not to cough through this whole thing. And thank you for noticing, Kevin. God is, man, He's amazing. Even the little tiny things we ask Him for, like give me an hour to not cough, Jesus. But I appreciate that. I appreciate that. The power of together, y'all. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Jimmy and his wife. Jimmy, could you please type in the name of you guys' page? You guys, Jimmy and his wife have a relationship forum. And I love them. I used to steal some stuff from y'all page, Jimmy. I steal stuff from people's pages all the time, like memes and stuff that's funny. That's what we do on Facebook. We steal stuff. But if it's good to share, it's good to share. So, Jimmy, if you could type in for me the name of y'all group, the name of y'all forum, yo, it's some beautiful, beautiful insights. It's some wonderful information coming from Jimmy and his wife, Rachel. Y'all can go follow their page. Jimmy, I would love. I wanted to actually bring you on because, you know, you can bring people on. Syria Jacket. Yep. You can bring people on. So I thought about bringing you on, Jimmy, but I didn't get a chance to ask you before. So that's why I didn't try to put you on the spot. But they have a wonderful page and a wonderful following, y'all. I guess he might have popped off already. But again, the videos are posted. You can go back. You can comment as much as you want. After this is over with, you can go on. You can comment and keep continuing to share. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Enjoy you all's selves this weekend. And just, you know what, y'all, just keep loving on each other. Love on somebody. Show them that you appreciate them and you need them. And watch the reciprocation of all of that. Can't go wrong with love. All right, y'all. Good night. I always like to end YouTube first.